The Cheating Death podcast is a comedy podcast that contains information, subject matter, language, and course material that may not be suitable for all listeners. Your discretion in this matter is advised. On today's episode of the Cheating Death podcast, we discuss David Firth, A Day in Hell, and Salad Fingers, one of the most legendary early 2000s YouTube horror icons, and even still to this day creating multimedia masterpieces, releasing art on his shops, and providing people with a slew of new content over the years. Where does David Firth stand on the all-time greats list? Well, we'll provide you with a little bit further context later in the episode. We'll provide you with an all-new Annihilation Announcement, a new joke of the episode, top 5, and more. So, grab yourself a coffee, grab your favorite rusty kettle, and your favorite rusty spoon, and prepare as we tell you how to cheat death. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your spooky Annihilation Announcement. Understand that ever since the dawn of horror, whether it be the inception of the movies and the motion pictures of Alfred Hitchcock, or whether we transcend and move forward to the legends of John Carpenter, it does not matter. Horror is a beautiful thing and uniquely experienced, as are most artistic representations. Whether or not your favorite horror dwells on a YouTube channel or across the silver screen is entirely up to you. You must find a way to scare yourself that makes you feel comfortable, and for that the world is grateful. This is your news anchor, the Cleric of Chaos, and this is your Annihilation Announcement. Willkommen, meine Freunde. Guten Morgen, guten Tage, eine gute Nacht. Ist ein Reisender, deine Ausländer, deiner Cleric of Chaos. Do you like rusty spoons? I see. I must leave. But first, let me caress this rusty kettle. If those words sound familiar to you, dear listener, then you are firmly in the know, in the if you know area of early 2000s internet, known the legend of David Firth. David Firth is a British artist in whom has created a litany of series of YouTube and earlier video. Most recently, he has released episode 14 of Salad Fingers on his YouTube channel. And Salad Fingers in and of itself, dating back approximately 21 years, the 1st of July 2004 was the release of the very first episode. However, would you know that A Day in Hell was released almost a year prior? For it was in 2003 with the stop-motion clay animation entitled A Day in Hell that David Firth first came to attention through the internet horror sphere. The horrifying, absolute mutant horror, the devastation, the absolute evisceration of these characters and figures, the off-color, off-horror, off-sound, the discomfort throughout the entire series of movements and motions throughout this methodical, deliberate, uncomfortable piece of miraculously created art brings us to understand that not only can you look at something from a particular perspective and be horrified by it, but you can also be enamored by the effort that it took to create said project. There are no words in any lexicon that can adequately describe what A Day in Hell by David Firth is like. It is a stop-motion, claymation masterpiece with horrifying sounds, very uncomfortable scenery. And if you have seen it, you'll know exactly what I'm referring to, and you can hear it in your head right now. For David Firth is one of the most legendary creators in the horror sphere, not only for that lovely creation, but for the cult classic many have come to know and love as Salad Fingers. Yes, the absolutely tremendously well-made, horror, chaotic, and sheerly unique to any niche in any artistic form before it or after it. Salad Fingers seemingly focuses on a figure in whom has significant mental and psychiatric illnesses, also suffers from dissociative identity disorder as seen in the numerous episodes where he takes upon numerous personalities and numerous figures, most famously Marjorie Stewart Baxter, Hubert Cumberdale, Jeremy Fisher, Horace Collar, and of course, who could ever forget Glass Brother? But when we take into account what Salad Fingers tries to convey, the messages overall, you'll notice in the earlier episodes that David Firth has a tendency to ensure that Salad Fingers runs away from parental responsibility. Do you remember the embryo child from one of the earlier episodes? Do you remember Mr. Branches? Do you remember I'm cold, Mr. Fingers, I'm cold? Mr. Branches was also abandoned by Salad Fingers. Remember, of course, the episode where he abandoned Yvonne. So there is a history of Salad Fingers abandoning his responsibilities as a parent. This series also goes on to discover that it is clearly set in early 1900s. The basis specifically of the year has never overtly been directly identified, but as one can point out in numerous episodes, references to the Great War and Kevin, you're on shore leave, and all the other particular elements that associate with that, one could assume that it is referring to World War I. So when David Firth takes all of this information and he compiles it into the artistic creation that is Salad Fingers from episode to episode, he's not particularly trying to tell a story of any one specific path. He's essentially identifying multiple components of society all at once, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. The reason why Salad Fingers horrifies and scares people is because there are people out there who exist like this. There is a certain percentage of the population that does have these types of disorders. But what is really truly horrifying about it is the reality that you yourself may not completely be aware of when you are dealing with these people. David Firth's masterpieces are sights to behold. The podcast, the program, the director, producers of the program strongly encourage you, absolutely encourage you to check out David Firth's YouTube channel. Go on over to fat-pie.com and order up some merch. And if you are looking for a beautiful way to start your holiday Saturday, this post-Thanksgiving, by all means, head on over to David Firth's YouTube page and have yourself a delightfully horrible time. What is your favorite David Firth creation? Email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Today's joke of the episode is brought to you by the Cleric of Chaos. You were driving down the highway last week, and it came upon me as a bit bizarre when the driver of the vehicle pulled out a joint and started smoking it right in front of us. We asked, of course, "Sir, do you know where you are?" And he responded, "Of course, I'm on the highway, man." At the top of the program, we promised you our list of the top 5 favorite Salad Fingers characters. So let us dive right in. Coming in at number 5, we have the horse from the episode where the doctor was extracting its blood for its ritual. Coming in at number 4, we, of course, have Hubert Cumberdale. Coming in at number 3, we have Jeremy Fisher. Coming in at number 2, we have Postman Salad Fingers, and coming in at number 1 is Salad Fingers himself. What is your top 5 favorite list? Email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. Whether you prefer A Day in Hell by David Firth, or his numerous other creations associated with the dark and macabre, or everyone's cult favorite, Salad Fingers, rest assured that he is absolutely one of the most important figures in early 2000s and even modern-day YouTube horror. He is a leviathan upon himself, and you can purchase a lot of his merchandise and media, as well as his art, at his various platforms. So, what is your favorite David Firth creation? Feel free to email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com. The Cheating Death Podcast has been brought to you by Nach dem Leben CRDVC, Chaos Realm Records, CR Deutschland, Apple, Google, Spotify podcasts, and our hosting platform Spreaker, where you can join our supporters club for $3.99 a month. You may make a one-time donation to support the program at buymeacoffee.com/Cleric of Chaos, or you may book a meeting for your upcoming artistic or business endeavor at linktr.ee/Cleric of Chaos. Feel free to follow us at twitter.com/weallcheatdeath or email us at thecheatingdeathpodcast@gmail.com if you have any comments. Follow the host at twitter.com/Cleric of Chaos, and please follow all of our personnel, friends, and associate producers in the links in the episode's description. If you or anyone you know is experiencing psychiatric duress, please have them call 1-800-273-8255 or dial 988 from their mobile phones in the United States or Canada. If you are experiencing domestic violence, please call 1-800-799-7233. And if you or anyone you know is looking to adopt a playful puppy or a cute kitten, please have them visit their local animal adoption rescue center. Remember, the holidays are upon us, and life may not be as whimsical as it may have seemed to have been in the 80s and 90s. However, given the nature of this individual's birth, the host, being not that old himself, only in his mid-30s, missed a lot of opportunity for the golden years, but that does not mean that we cannot create golden years of our own. Dear listeners, make the holidays a special time for you in your own way, and remember, we're pulling for you. We're all in this together.